Hello there everybody and welcome back to Magna Carta 2. In the last video we made it to Ruhalt Plateau and we finished up the majority of the side quest type issues in the area thus far. So what we're going to do is continue on towards our objective, the exclamation point on the map, and we're going to go from there. We have a lot of side quests to take care of still, even after all the work we did last time, but that will come in due time. We are going to run into a small one along the way to our main objective here, which is actually right in front of us. So this guy's got some issues. And if we don't recognize him, he is the assassin that wanted to kill Judo.
What? We have to help him!
What a pain.
And we run into this guy a couple of times before. I really don't know why we're helping him if his only objective in life is to kill Judo, but we're kind of a better person than he is, and we just help people who are in need, so that's exactly what we're going to do. This is the Fatal Moth. Nothing really too tough to worry about. Just go ahead and defeat it like you would any other normal enemy. And then we'll deal with that thief momentarily. We haven't run into him for quite some time. He had ambushed us at the Dunan Hill rest area and then had asked us to meet him in Ruhalt Plateau, but because we couldn't get here until this point in the game, that was quite some time ago. But he hasn't forgotten about us, and we are going to see him one more time after this encounter.
It's gonna take a bit longer.
Stay back. Don't overdo it.
This chain here should be able to finish the moth off, or very close to.
You alright? Very well. Kill me! Get it over with, quickly!
The Elgar you knew used to be controlled by Shuenzite. But this man is no longer that Elgar. If he sees someone in danger, he will rush to their aid. He'll help with no concern for his own safety. That's the kind of person he is.
So what? What do you expect me to do? Don't take that patronizing attitude with me. No matter what you are now, you're still my father's killer!
When the time comes, I want to atone for my crimes. Will you wait until then? There's something that I need to do. Until that is finished, I can't let myself die.
Juto.
Noble talk coming from the likes of you. You're just trying to save your skin. But I'll wait until another time. When we meet again, that's when I'll decide whether or not to kill you.
Sure, you do that.
I hope his anger fades too.
Good point.
So that guy clearly still has some issues, but like I said, we're gonna have to deal with him sometime later. After we do that battle, we can advance forward, inching our way towards the exclamation point, but be prepared that we are going to be up against another very tough boss. So I have done the preparations off screen. I think I'm gonna give Zephy a chance for this battle. I do feel a little bit bad that I constantly bench her. With this team, I should be able to depend on Judo and Argo for chaining and Zephy for healing and support if I need her. And I've also gone ahead off screen and fixed up my equipment and all of my enhancements and whatnot. There's a couple of enemies to fight along the way. I guess we can take them out, dispose of them quickly before we get things underway. Another one of the Colossus. We only saw one in the area, but we will be seeing a couple more.
Too slow. I can see what you're doing.
Kinda nice to see these guys mixed in just because they're a little bit different than your norm, and they do provide a lot of experience and Sid as well.
So, you must have defeated Raoud.
And now it's your turn.
Princess, if you've come this far, any attempts at persuasion on my part will fall on deaf ears, I take it.
You knew everything, and you were still complicit in this war.
Oh, I didn't know everything at first. I was quite surprised when I was told the truth later on.
In that case, you didn't feel anything at all when you heard that many sacrifices would be necessary?
Of course, I have no words to offer those in the minority, such as you, who will be sacrificed. However, this is all for the greater good of Landsheim.
Please, you wouldn't lift a finger in the name of such a noble goal. I expect that the throne of Landsheim was promised to you by Schwenzeit in exchange for my death?
Perspicacious as always.
You really want this toy garden that badly?
Who do you think you owe your lives to right now?
What?
If Strauss hadn't won the Great Carta War in the first place, humans wouldn't even exist in Landsheim right now.
What does that have to do with anything?
Strauss is trying to protect the world, so who could possibly stop him?
Strauss has nothing to do with this. Stop being a puppet and be loyal to yourself. Are you saying that this world is right? A world propped up by sacrifices?
Landsheim is a paradise. What I want is that beautiful land that's overflowing with charm. Would you deliberately cast away paradise and bring it back to the barren land it once was?
You call this paradise? Tens of thousands of people have been sacrificed in the name of this sham!
It seems that we won't see eye to eye.
I'd be worried if we did.
Alright, time to get this party started. We haven't actually run into Alex for quite some time, but it is going to be satisfying as all hell to beat the living snot out of him, because he is a total jerk, and he has every bit of this coming to him. He's kind of the last person tied to Schwenzeit besides Claire and Huar, and that kind of stands in our way, because we've taken out all of the Sentinels and anybody else that he was really allied with at this point, and he is kind of our last roadblock on the way to Lestrada, so we definitely need to dispose of him. Before you focus your attentions on Alex, however, you want to take out the wizards. There are quite a few of them, and they're actually tougher than your average lackey. A lot of the lackeys that come with bosses are really nothing to worry about, and these ones aren't necessarily anything to cause you any sort of concern, but they're more of a nuisance than anything, and they should be dealt with just so you can focus your full attentions on Alex, because he is very tough. He is a couple of steps ahead of Raoud. Raoud was pretty tough, but this guy has a little bit more of an array of attacks. He is a sword user. He attacks up close, but his special ability is very, very powerful, and it is an AoE type attack. And he does have a couple of attacks in his normal mixture, like slamming his swords into the ground, which will cause a shockwave. that does a lot of damage, like you just saw there. So with this battle, it's really, really important to chain like crazy, and get this guy's health down as fast as you can, because that is what is ultimately going to make this battle tough, is if it goes on for a long period of time. And that's why I have chosen Argo and Judo for this, because with them I can chain pretty effectively. They're both very strong, and Zephy can kind of hang back, hopefully heal, and if not, then I can use her as my item thrower. Now, if you're exhausted from using a bunch of items in the battle with Raoud, then you might have a little bit of difficulty here. What you can do is bring a healer in, or, as I remembered, you can walk to Starlight Field from Ruhalt Basin, and you can go and speak to an Obvious there and get items, but that is quite a long ways to walk. But if you are having difficulties, then that may be an option for you. And if you did save at that pillar that we started the episode at, then this is actually a good thing, because if you came here not really expecting Alex or having difficulties, you can always restart your game and prepare and come back and try him later, because he is, like I said, quite tough. In terms of other things to worry about, he can poison you, so make sure that you have equipment or a Kamond in order to protect yourself against that, because it's really, really nasty, particularly with this battle, just because he is such a hard hitter, and poison really does eat away at your HP as well. I don't really have much to say aside from that. It might be a bit of a longer and tougher battle, but if you utilize all of your abilities well, then you'll be able to pull it off and defeat him.
I'll show you the power of prayer.
This seems to be the end for me.
It's a shame that it had to come to this.
I also regret being separated from you in this way. However, I do not regret my decision. I wanted to become king.
Being this frank isn't like you.
I suppose, because my time is up. I, too, was shocked to learn that Schwenzite, can control the Doom Seeds at will. It's like I've been having the longest dream. Perhaps I will be reborn in the world I've been dreaming of.
Alex.
Princess, I have no regrets about using you to my own ends, but I would like to apologize while I can.
Saying that now won't change anything.
I suppose not. Saying that is too little, too late.
Alex, regardless of your true objectives, it's a fact that you helped me when I needed it. If only for that, you have my heartfelt thanks.
Oh, to hear that from a woman as unfeeling as you.
Alright, so that takes care of that. Alex had a very strange relationship with Zephy. I think that things started out nice enough, but then he got very corrupt by power and unfortunately turned to the side of evil. But with him gone, there really is absolutely nothing to stand in our way. We can see Icton here in the background, and once we are ready, we can now finally speak to him in order to get to Lestrada. there is also a pillar here which you can save at. And this chest here is very important to open because it contains the final key that is needed in order to finish up Crocel's side quests with the seals back in Dunan Hill. And if we check our log, as we can see here, we still have quite a few quests that we need to do before we go to Lystrata. And these aren't even all of them, we still have a couple to pick up. So we are going to continue to spend a little bit of time on land before we take to the skies and go to Lystrata. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.